shipment is here. Hello. I think that my second book is coming out in February, and that's all about EMS. So I'm gonna give it out or sell it basically at the, or I don't know, give it out or sell it. Well, I guess you would recommend something at the second event because that's all about EMS, you know.
When is the London one?
So it's June 7th and June 8th is Brussels. So I will fly them that night, and I go there in London on the 6th. They already got me a hotel room for 2 nights.
So if this is a range of the poorest paid professional speakers to the highest paid professional speakers. I've never done this with you?
Nope.
All right, cool. So if you were to guess who are the poorest paid professional speakers versus the highest paid professional speakers, right? Who would you guess, like who would you think would probably fit as the highest paid professional speakers?
The highest paid?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
What's his name? Your friend. Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. Yep. That's almost the first thing people say.
Yeah.
Tony is probably right about here. I'll put TR right on there. So he's nowhere close to the highest paid professional speaker.
Okay. So then who's that?
Anybody else?
Oprah.
Oprah, by the way, is probably, I'll say here. We'll give Oprah there. She is not the highest paid professional speaker, though, although she is a billionaire, but that's from her investments, not her speaking.
And I do know Kardashians get also tons of money, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. You're close with Oprah, by the way. Rather than give you a name, I'll just give you an industry. The highest paid professional speakers are actors. Aren't they professional speakers?
Oh,
They have to memorize words when they
Yes,
speak them.
yes,
And these guys get paid a fuck ton of money
Yeah, they do.
compared to Tony
But
Robbins.
then Robert Downey Jr. would be.
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, so he's usually the one I do. Right now, so Robert Downey Jr., his Iron Man franchise is worth $30 million to him.
Yeah.
38 million.
Yeah.
It's insane, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at, now who are the poorest paid professional speakers?
Teachers.
Teachers, public school teachers, right? Public school teachers. And by the way, this is so fucked up, it's all wrong.
Yeah.
You know, these guys should be the highest paid professional speakers.
Yeah.
So public school teachers are the lowest paid. Entertainers, but by the way, what we could do is we could probably just say entertainers, because you could also put stand-up comics and stuff in there as well. Obviously, your Robin Williams and those kind of people as well. So us, you and I, business people, professional speakers, motivational speakers, we're kind of weird. We're kind of like right here in the middle, right? And the really good ones are up here, making 8 figures. The okay ones, the good ones are making 6 figures. The kind of shitty, struggling motivational speakers, they're over here. Those are the 5. So this is 5 figure, this is 6 figure, this is 7 figure, right? Over 8. Robert Downey Jr., 8 to 9, I don't know. So if we look at this, we see a real clear pattern here in terms of how you make money as a speaker. Now, by the way, making money as a speaker falls in either getting paid a shit ton of money to show up and appear and speak, or to be able to sell the hell out of books and programs and things like that. That's cool too. But what's the difference between public school teachers versus entertainers in terms of what they're delivering?
Well, they're doing entertainment. And they entertain a crowd that is boring for
This is boring, yeah. So the reason why this is boring is because These guys over here, the shittiest paid speakers, all teach facts.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yep. Or content. Okay. Whereas over here, these people speak emotion or entertainment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So if you want to gauge how good you're going to, in terms of getting booked to speak over and over again, even on TV as well, we always want to make sure. Now, as speakers, though, we're not actors, we're not comedians, right? But we have to be funny, and we have to be able to convey emotion. We're also not teachers, but we have to convey content, right? So we do comfortably kind of try to sit right here in this middle, but if we can lean over here to this side, just this much of a shift from here to here makes a huge difference. So you have, so if I were to ask you what your outcome is for speaking, especially you, since you don't plan on this being a profession in terms of where you're paying your bills because of this, you should have one goal and one goal only as a professional speaker, and that is to entertain, and that's it. I think if you focus on this as your primary goal, that you want to entertain people when you get on stage, everything else is subtle. Okay? Because if you just inform and teach them information, your sales will be crap for selling coaching, your sales will be crap for books, but if you entertain them, they'll buy the shit out of your books, they'll buy the crap out of your personal training or your personal coaching because they want to feel emotions, right? So this is the basis behind everything, is always ask yourself, how can you make your presentations as entertaining as possible without slipping into the realm of being cheesy or stupid or something like that, right? Yeah. So, so let's put that as a fourth outcome. Let's put that as the number one outcome, is to entertain. And then the subset is to sell coaching and gym owners, book more speaking engagements, and build up your following or become the voice of your industry. All those things happen as a result of you being entertaining. So here's some references to that. If you look at who are the most successful entrepreneurs who are speakers, who do a great job, look at their fact versus entertainment, right? Steve Jobs, wildly entertaining keynotes, right? He just knew how to present. You look at people like, who's the guy that sells the wine and does the internet marketing? Gary Vaynerchuck, right? Really entertaining as a speaker, right?
Yeah, and he speaks the same thing over and over, but it's entertaining.
By the way, very little content.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
He always gives one single thing, and then the rest is just entertainment and same thing.
And that's what I want you to do. Because what happens is people that want to get up on stage, what they inherently think is, I need to give these guys so much value that if they go, God, if this is what I can get in a keynote, just imagine what I could get in a one-on-one. And it's the exact opposite. You actually want to give them as little content as possible.
So they want more.
So they want more. So you leave them hungry, but they're very satiated with your entertainment. They're like, God, this. I feel great hanging around this guy. I want to do this more often.
First the who, and then is the what. That's what I wanted to start with. And then thirdly, I will get into.
Great. Yep, Disney's the one to say it, right? So if you think about Disney, right, they are like the king of being able to entertain.
For sure.
Okay, cool. And Pixar, everything falls on it. They just buy everything up. So if you think about, so this, we're going to start off with how do you start your presentation off? Okay. The one thing that you don't want to do when you start off your presentation, and if I left you to yourself, I guarantee you this would probably be the first slide, because you'd go online, you'd see a bunch of other people, and you go, I have time to do what they do. So the worst way to start your business, your presentation off, is a slide that says about me. Yep. The thinking behind that is that, well, I need to build up my credibility before I start teaching anything else. So they need to know what my success has been. They need to know my credibility. But the reality,
no pitching? So no pitching at all?
No, pitching's cool. Yep, that's fine. Credibility is important. But as a speaker, the person who introduces you represents your credibility. Right? The very fact that you're up on stage and you were booked to be the keynote speaker is your credibility. So people just falsely assume, well, I need to get, no, the fact that you're there and they paid to hear you, that's all the credibility needs. You can just skip that, right? Come over me. I'm gonna paint this time. Do it. So here's my theory on this. My theory is that instead of asking people insultingly obvious questions, instead ask them rhetorical questions which still get them to buy in, but not have to sit there and participate by raising their hand, which they like to do anyway, right? I don't think it's healthy for the world, because if every single person was a business owner, right, we wouldn't get anywhere. And by the way, if job, J-O-B, stands for just over broke, try telling me that to Steve Ballmer. He's got a net worth of $13 billion with a B, $13 billion, and he's never invented a thing in his life nor owned a company.
Yeah.
CEO of Microsoft, $13 billion. He was been nothing but an employee the whole time.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you can't be rich. You're very happy having a job. So if I leave here today, I'd love to know that you have a clear path on whether or not you want to go get a job as a personal trainer, or whether you want to be a business owner. And I want you to be able to hold your head high on either option, but know that that's the path that you're going to take. Because I know a lot of miserable business. I know a lot of gym owners that hate their life. And they just want to go back to training clients because that's where their heart is, that's where their passion is, that's what they love. They should just go work for a gym. They'll be a lot more happy, right? Yeah, each one of these is its own independent, tiny little story that can survive on its own without anything else. Now, granted, some of these things will always complement other ones better, so you're naturally going to want to put story 1 before story 2 or something like that. But generally speaking,
in that case,
yes.
If let's say I only have 10 minutes, just saying an example, for some reason, and I have these 4 subjects, shouldn't I audit the audience saying that I have these that I prepared to came to speak with? Which one would you like to hear? Because you only have 10 minutes, or should it? No?
Don't. You'll lose your authority if you let them tell you what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. You're flown in from America to tell them what to do. Yeah. You'll just add it. But what you could do is you could say, listen, thank you so much for allowing me to be here. Originally, I was supposed to be speaking for 45 minutes today, but because of that great speaker that we had go on, he went a little bit longer. Well, you wouldn't say that, you're going to throw under the bus. You say, so I've got 5 main things that I wanted to share with you here today. I'm only going to have time to give you the 1, and I'm going to give you the most important out of the 5, but I don't want to leave you short-handed, so I'm going to, at the end, give you guys a way in which you can get those other 4 as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What you want to do is you actually kind of want to design it to where you have a story, and then it connects to another story. And all you're doing is you're just connecting, like a song list, story to, so it's story 1, story 2, story 3, right?
Yeah.
Now the question then it becomes, well, isn't that just weird if you just get up and tell a bunch of random stories that don't have anything to do with each other? Aren't they going to think you're rambling? Yes, so how do we connect them? We connect them with a point. Point leads into the next story. So, for example, I might have my Oxford fiddler, which, by the way, just happened when I was in Oxford. Right? So this is going to be one of my new metaphors. I even took a video of the guy on this slack line playing the fiddle. I'm just like, that is the perfect embodiment of what every solopreneur feels every single day of their life. How do I keep this crazy stiff and balanced? And it's just perfect for it, right? So that's going to be my story. And my point is this. That's a shitty way to do business. The only way to do business and actually enjoy your life is to actually get the hell off that slack line, hire other people to jump up there so you can count the cash. That'll be the point, right? Points. Your points were why to hire.
Yes.
Right? And then you have another story of who to hire.
Yes.
And then you have another point of how to hire, and then how to keep. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is just the hiring itself.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But so each one of those has a point, right?
Yeah.
And then you want these to be very short, no more than usually 30 seconds
Got it.
to 3 minutes, probably the most. I mean, if you're taking more than 3 minutes to tell a story, it's probably fucking rambling, right? I mean, ideally, minute and a half, minute 45, 2 minutes, perfect time for a story. And all you want to do is just connect. And by the way, when you do this, you keep your entertainment wildly high because people love to hear stories. So they just want to hear one more story, one more story, one more story. So your entertainment value is high. And the cool thing about there's this, I forget what the phenomena is, the name of the thing, but we tend to remember the first thing and the last thing that we hear. So if you just give a bunch of facts, they'll remember the first fact and the last fact. But if you break story down, they'll remember the first part and the last part of the story, the first part and the last part of the story, the first part. So they'll actually retain more information if you design and deliver stuff in story point as well. So all your job, and by the way, weirdly enough, you don't even have to worry about what the points are. If you've got really cool, fun stories that you've experienced in your life, we can find a point to them. Right? So it might be worth going back and cataloging a little bit of your life in terms of, okay, well, what are the most entertaining stories that I've had in my life?
Yeah. What you call it? Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones. Okay, cool. So if the Rolling Stones came to Tampa and played at the Emily Arena, and they didn't play a single fucking song that you've ever heard,
yeah, you would hate it.
You would hate it. Yeah. You'd be so pissed. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why I didn't get to hear Satisfaction?
Yeah.
You'd be so pissed, right? Here's the thing. When people hear these stories, it makes them feel a certain way. So when they want to hear you again, they want to feel those same things again.
Yeah.
They will love it. Like one of my favorite signature stories that I have is my kitchen remodel story. I cannot tell you, 7, 8, 10 years after I've delivered a keynote, people will come up and go, oh, I saw you speak a long time ago. Are you going to tell the kitchen story today? And I go, you bet. Do you want me to? And they go, would you? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'm totally going to tell the kitchen story. It's my signature piece, right?
Yeah.
But what happens is, maybe you pull out story 2 and you put it in a different story.
Got it.
But you still got some really cool ones that kind of drive the same home point. So you might have, when you develop your vignette book, you might have 5 different stories that all tell the exact same point.
No.
So then if somebody comes back, you can go speak to them next time 6 months later. Maybe you will tell them a different story, but still the same point.
Got it.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
What's up, Vlog? This is the time of the year when everybody slows down and think about the holidays and everything, and they all slow down with work, they sleep in more, they stay up late, and nobody is hustling. So this is your time when you actually shine and put in the work while everybody else is rest. This is the time where you can catch up. So if you're not hungry, get hungry. If you're hungry, keep working, because this is the time to shine. What's up, Vlog? This is the time of the year when everybody slows down and think about the holidays and everything, and they all slow down with work, they sleep in more, they stay up late, and nobody is hustling. So this is your time when you actually shine and put in the work while everybody else is rest. This is the time where you can catch up. So if you're not hungry, get hungry. If you're hungry, keep working, because this is the time to shine. This is also the time when all the crappy advice is going to float all around the internet about how to get in shape in 2018. And the number one recommendation that I have for you is wait for ours that we send out, because what we don't want you to do is do a full change overnight, because you just can't change. You have to build small habits. But long story short, we have all the info for you, and we're about to send it out to you, what to do in 2018 to stay or get in shape.
What you doing then, Nina? Who are we here to see?
Miss Kailyn!
Who?
Kailyn!
I'm just kidding.
What do you would say? Kailyn Perez. I'm well. Kailyn, you brought a few friends here this week? Just a few. Just a few. Or maybe not that many. There may just be, well, crazy friends, right? All right. So over 700 girls applied. We whittled everything down to just around 100 ladies. What advice would you give to young ladies who are hoping to be one of those 100 or so on this stage next year?
Thank you so much for that question. We've had the most incredible week here, and to anyone who is thinking or considering to compete in this pageant, go for it. You will win. As Mr. Chrisley said earlier, every single one of us won something, whether it was a friend, new confidence, or sharing our message. For me specifically, my mission in life is to empower others. This is a perfect platform to share that. I'm now a law student,